Now here's what more concerns tonight about homeowners in one Saskatoon neighborhood who can't get insurance. We were the first to tell you about insurance companies canceling policies and refusing coverage because of flooding concerns. Well, now with the problem growing, the insurance industry has been forced to take notice. Steve Pasqualato reports.
Tracy Gibson does laundry downstairs, but that's about all. Her basement was gutted after the sewer backed up twice following heavy rainfalls last summer.
And it was coming up through our floor drain, and eventually it got up to 2.5 feet, and I had a deep freeze down here that was floating around. And
Gibson filed an insurance claim for $11,000 after the first flood. She was planning to file again after the second one until her insurance company, Peace Hills, warned her that it might cancel her policy.
We've lived here, I think, 11 years in this house, and to have no insurance next year is not an option that we're willing to go with. It just basically went to just under that.
So Gibson paid the $600 cleanup bill herself.
It's pretty disheartening to find out that the insurance companies aren't willing to help you out when that's what they're there for. I would have been better off to light my house on fire the second time and be totally covered than to try and make a claim for sewage again.
And it wrecked the new high-efficiency furnace.
Melanie Enright lives in the same neighborhood. Her sewer also backed up twice. She did file 2 claims with Cooperators Insurance, which then refused to renew her policy. Now she can't find any other company to insure her house.
We're more than happy to work with these folks and with the insurers to find an answer for them.
Lindsay Olson speaks for insurance companies across Canada. She says the repeated flooding does pose a problem.
It's not just the issue of the 2 claims, but rather that where you have water-type losses of this nature, there are usually underlying causes that are going to cause more claims in the future.
For its part, the city of Saskatoon says its sewer system is adequate, but is helping homeowners in that area pay for sub pumps and other upgrades. But there's a wait list, so that may not happen for several months.
I'm thinking that nobody wants to take responsibility for what could happen next spring when our houses all flood again. So nobody wants to pay out the coverage for it. So we're looking at probably more out of pocket in the next year.
Gibson has also been told, even though she didn't file that second insurance claim, her premiums are still likely to double when her policy is up for renewal in April.
Now with more on this story, we are joined by our reporter Steve Pasqualato. He's in Saskatoon. Steve, what else is the insurance industry saying about this situation?
Well, Carl, so you heard Lindsay Olson with the Insurance Bureau of Canada say she'd be happy to hear from these homeowners and try and help them out. So the 2 women you saw featured in our report say they're going to do that. They're going to give her a call and hope they can find some solution. Now, Melanie Enright has no insurance at all on her house, so she's very anxious to get some coverage, even basic coverage that includes theft and fire, even if it means higher premiums and no flood insurance. So we'll be following this story and report back to you.
Steve, thank you very much for this.
You're welcome.